Welcome to Super Serial Showtime, everyone. As always, I'm your host, The Metal, and joining me is my co-host, Marsupial Gamer. We're here to talk about movies, shows, maybe some comics or novels, whatever floats our boat in this general field that we talk about. So get your friends in, make the audience bigger. If you got questions of your own or things you want to talk about, feel free to leave them in the chat. We may or may not talk about it to our own discretion, and we'll get into things. How are you doing today?
Oh, not too bad. It's one of these weird days where I can't tell if it went by fast or slow. It seemed like it was going really slow, and then all of a sudden it was over. Oh, okay. I guess I'm going home now.
That's how every day feels for me.
It's
like
weird.
All the time.
Yeah. Hey guys, Fischozo's in the chat, and Cross Comics.
Rick
is there too.
Who just closed out his campaign for the Canadian Shield #3 on Fund My Comic. Funded. I think it originally was like 160% funded, but then there was like one person with an error, so it dropped down to like 133%, but like he was talking to the guy, and I think that got fixed. So I'm going to round it up and say 160% funded. Canadian Shield #3. Very successful. And I think he's going to be running a Kickstarter for it as well, in case you missed it, and maybe turning it into like an in-demand shop or whatever. So you should be able to get it, even if you missed the campaign.
Oh, good. Oh, good. I should have money very short. Keep waiting.
I would
waiting.
promote it anyway, because Rick's a buddy, but I also feel obligated to promote it because I did some work on the comic.
Cool.
Yeah.
What'd you do?
Oh, he has started the Kickstarter for it already. Okay. Well, it's there in case people prefer Kickstarter.
Okay, check it out. We'll definitely check it out.
Yep.
Neat. What did you do on the project?
Editing. Something that Rick often desperately needs. We worked through it quite a bit,
Cool.
I've been helping him with editing on several things so far, so.
Proper spelling and grammar is what appreciated. Sort of thing.
Yeah, and a little more than that too. I'll chew his ear off if I think a character is saying things that just doesn't sound in characters. Like, I think we should change what they're saying. Or sometimes if something's just too much of a mouthful, like, I think we could say the same thing and stay in character if we, like, reduce it or so on and so forth.
Mm-hmm.
Actual editing things, not just proofreading.
Well, I'm dying. I know we're not going to talk about it today, but I'm dying to talk about the Virtual Boy.
Oh yeah.
Virtual Boy on the Switch too. God, what were they thinking? I guess it's like, why not? I suppose.
I have no problem with that at all, and we'll get into it. What with the idea? I don't have a problem with the idea. Their execution, I have tons of problems with. But that is for a Thursday show. We do have something from that direct to talk about today, though.
Yeah.
And that is Super Mario Galaxy was announced on the Nintendo Direct. That happened just last week. Mm-hmm. After our game show, so it's like literally the morning afterwards. So it's like we have to wait a whole nother week to talk about most of the stuff in here. Why couldn't you do it Thursday morning like you usually do?
Here's what... Yeah. I don't understand why they even had you mentioned the Yoshi egg at the end of the first movie.
Oh, dude.
And
that was such a cock tease. That whole thing.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't mean he can't be in it. I mean,
no, it's not that. It's just
Yoshi's in the first one.
Yeah, but it's okay. This is why it's my expectations that was the cock tease, right? So they ended it like the almost like an after credits type sequence, right? With a Yoshi egg in the sewer. Like this was going to be a special Yoshi egg, and maybe it was going to lead us into Dinosaur Island, and maybe we'll go in Super Mario World. And then even the Super Mario Galaxy preview starts off with the Super Mario World level theme. Like, okay, cool, we're going to Dinosaur Island. And then it just pans up the castle and switches into Mario Galaxy music with the Mario Galaxy logo. Like, sudden whiplash. Hello?
Yeah. Let me cue this up here. We'll slow it down a little bit. It's gonna go by really fast. It's only 51 seconds. But yeah. Well, I didn't really understand. I mean, I guess if they were gonna do, oops, that's not right. Wrong button. If they were gonna do a Yoshi's Island kind of a thing, I guess that would have made more sense.
Yeah, it's like there was one almost throwaway line from the first movie where Peach is like, there's a whole galaxy out there. That is like, okay, maybe that could be justification for Galaxy being the sequel, but it felt like a lot weaker justification than the Yoshi egg at the end. Stream failed to start.
Oh my. What do I need to do? Close the stream?
I don't know. Maybe I'll try. Well, yeah, I don't know. Maybe we just don't get to preview it.
I just shared my screen. It's at 30 frames per second. Why is it doing that?
I don't know. Maybe Discord's having a bad day.
Oh. People still hear us?
Yeah, we're fine.
All right.
Yeah, we're fine on my end. It's the stream failing to start is in Discord. Like, our connection and everything is perfectly fine.
Well, wait a second. Maybe it's mad that I'm not on screen.
Maybe, I don't know. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. We do have confirmed returning people. Chris Pratt obviously is going to be Mario again. We have Charlie Day is returning as Luigi. Anya Taylor-Joy as Princess Peach. We've got Jack Black returning as Bowser. Keegan-Michael Key is going to be playing Toad again. And Kevin Michael Richardson is going to be Kamek once again. Who, if anybody recalls, was actually my favorite performance in the entire movie was Kevin Michael Richardson as Kamek, because he's the only one I felt sounded exactly the way the character should. Jack was actually a lot closer. I'll give him credit than I thought he was going to be. He did sound very much like Bowser most of the time, and not just like Jack Black voicing Bowser. But Richardson on Kamek was like spot on. You would have sworn he should have been in literally any other Mario property and not just like this weird celebrity-filled movie, you know?
Yeah. I thought maybe because I was sharing an application, so the entire screen, but
no, I think it's just Discord.
That's so weird. Well, you'll just have to imagine.
Yeah.
Trailer, or watch it later. Wait, what if I do SD? Wait, it's already on SD. Damn it. What if I do... I don't know.
Joshua is asking, is Mario going to ride Yoshi while he flies through space or something? Well, I do believe there was a Yoshi in Galaxy. I don't remember if it was 1 or 2 because it's been a while since I played either of those, but I do believe there was a Yoshi sequence in Mario Galaxy.
Yeah, well, at least in Galaxy 2.
Okay, it was at least the second one? I couldn't remember which one it was in.
Yeah, I feel like he was not in Galaxy 1, that they added him in.
I liked 2 a lot more
frames
than 1.
Damn. Oh, well.
Yeah, it just doesn't want us to connect.
Oh, well,
I think
mind.
Discord is just like on its period or something like that.
Like it won't even play the audio. It's weird.
Yeah.
All right. Never mind.
Is he going to get the bee outfit? The best outfit for Mario Galaxy where he flies around like a bee?
Maybe. I don't remember. It didn't show anything like that. I wonder if never fiddle with it anymore.
I guess
So
we're just
weird.
gonna wait
Why is
for
this quick?
the big announcement that should happen sometime in the next several months. Will be who's going to be cast as Rosalina.
Yeah, that's the question. And are they going to finally settle the question of whether Princess Peach is Rosalina's mother?
I don't know. Probably. I don't know if that's so much of a question. I think
Probably
in
not.
her previous timeline with the reset of the galaxy, that part is pretty much I wouldn't say confirmed, but understood. I don't think anybody questions that. It's who's the dad that's more of the question.
Good.
There's a lot of people argue whether it's Mario or Luigi. I don't think it really matters.
Could it be Luigi?
Oh, it's the fact that like Luigi's left-handed, and so is Rosalina, and her outfit's green-ish. So they're like, obviously it's Luigi, not Mario. It's like, yeah, but they're fraternal twins, but they're twin brothers, right? Like you can get that trait from anyone back up in the family. It doesn't have to be your immediate relative, you know, your immediate parent or anything.
Let's see here. We'll just show this. No,
And
that
then
didn't work.
immediately got like chroma'd out because you're not in the image.
Yeah.
This is literally the worst way to show it. Maybe there was no father like Anakin. Yeah, I don't know.
Anyway.
This
Super
shows
Mario
asks,
Galaxy.
where can they go for a third movie if Galaxy is 2? Well, here's the thing. They're already not following the Mario game timeline, which is a very, very loosey-goosey kind of like pseudo-canon anyway, where the most you can consider a canon to a Mario timeline is eras, right? Like this is the NES era, the SNES era, so on and so forth. And then when you move to the next era, it just kind of coagulates everything from the previous and then adds on and then repeats process and adds on. So they can literally go anywhere afterwards. It doesn't matter.
They could finally
They're
go
doing
to Yoshi's Island. I don't know.
They could, yeah. They're doing their own timeline. He's talking about scale if Galaxy 2 and 3 is the universe. Scale doesn't matter at all. They could go to Delfino
Yes, and-
Isles afterwards, and it really just does not matter.
This isn't the MCU. They don't have to up the stakes every time.
Yeah. They just have Bowser or whoever the villain is. Most of the time it's Bowser, but not always. Just needs a new plan or plot. That's it. That's literally all they need.
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with scale. It's just like, what is Bowser trying this time? They could rip a story from Paper Mario, but not make it paper or whatever the heck
Yeah.
they want to do.
Hey.
It just doesn't matter.
They could go to Subcon, the World of Super Mario Brothers 2.
They could
Maybe it
take the
wouldn't be a
plot.
dream this time.
You want to up the ante? They could take the plot from Super Paper Mario and just put the normal Mario characters in instead of paper, and dimensional rifts could start tearing reality apart, you know? Like, they could literally go anywhere. It's Mario.
The Origami King.
Yeah.
Right. Oh. I wouldn't worry about the one after this. They're probably not. They probably
No.
don't give a shit. They're just-
Mario 3? Screw it. We're just going straight to Mario Kart. We
Well,
already introduced the carts with Donkey Kong people
Yeah.
back in the first one.
They'd be like, well, we'll think of that after we're done with this movie. We're not done
Yeah.
with this movie yet.
Thankfully, because I think they're working on the Donkey Kong movie on the side, if that's still going to be a thing. I think that means we will not have to put up with Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong in this movie. I mean, he'll have his own movie, but we won't have to put up with him in this movie. because he was not on the list of returning cast members. That doesn't mean he couldn't still return, and they just will release that later. But I think that list is the list of the entirety of the returning cast, and everybody else is going to be new characters for the galaxy. At least as of now.
They didn't really, I don't think they upped the stakes in Back to the Future 3.
It kind of, sort of did.
Random. Really? I don't
Yeah,
know. 2 was pretty high stakes.
2 was pretty high stakes, but like 3, it was Doc was gonna be dead in the past. So like the actual stakes were death. You know?
I guess.
I mean, I guess death was kind of always the stakes in some way, but in the other ones it was more like at least in the first one it was like undeath, where it's like we're just gonna erase you from ever having existed.
Yeah, but in the second one, it was like, Biff was probably going to be the president.
I don't know. Well, maybe. I don't know. Maybe he could have gotten up to where Trump is now, but just more of like he was a very rich, crazy tycoon. But with our country, that could very well lead to the presidency. Whoever knows, right?
Who knows?
Mad Dog Tannen. Nobody calls me Mad Dog.
What are you, yellow? Well,
Back to the Future 3 is my favorite of the series. I could just watch that one by itself without the other two, and I'm good.
Well,
I like the other two, but like I can watch 3 alone.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty good. I don't have any news. Like, nothing's happening.
Well, I got stuff to talk about, but unless you want to speculate about Mario a little further, like, there's a lot of cool things. We could talk about, like, Galaxy in general, what stuff might show up in the movie. The thing is, because they can take from everything, it's really hard to actually predict what might show up. There might be things that aren't even from Galaxy, right? They could just, like, decide, heck, we're going to pull this thing from Super Mario Brothers 2, the Doki Panic version, just because we want to throw it into the movie. It doesn't really matter what game it's from. But,
yeah. I don't know what the plot's going to be, because the game was just kind of, was anyone kidnapped or anything? I don't even remember. It's been so long.
It started off with, like, Bowser abducting Peach into space. Like, I think he took the whole castle.
Okay.
And that's what, and you ended up on Rosalina's little space station thing.
Does this mean no Daisy? I guess.
Possibly.
No Daisy
I
in
mean,
the first one. Maybe they'll go to what was Daisy's kingdom called?
Sarasa Land.
Sarasa Land.
Which literally just means Calico Land.
Plenty of places.
That's all, or Patchwork Kingdom. That, like, those are the other translations of it.
Mm-hmm. Maybe the third one will feature Daisy. Maybe Mario and Peach will finally get married, and then, like, Luigi has to find Daisy.
Yeah, maybe they'll retcon it to where in Super Mario Land it was actually Luigi there the entire time, right? Even though Mario was in the manual, but it's like, well, the game itself is black and white. It could have been either of them, and their last names are both Mario, so.
Yeah. Interestingly, I recently watched a video on the color palette in the original Super Mario, and how there's, like, what is it, like 255 different combinations of colors that the main character can be, and so of course they only use 2 of them. And it also corresponds to different names, but there's only like 3 possible combinations other than Mario and Luigi that actually make names that are pronounceable.
Yeah.
They're weird purple colors and things, and white, weird colors. I can't remember the names of them. Maybe they'll have Wario and Waluigi.
It could pop up, like, So they weren't in Galaxy, but they could literally just do whatever. It doesn't matter.
Yeah. You know, I had Galaxy 2, but I barely played it. It was much more linear. It just didn't seem as interesting. Like, you couldn't just go anywhere.
Yeah.
You
I
were,
actually
like,
kind of liked 2 more than 1.
in a spaceship on a... Yeah. I didn't play it as much, but
Yeah.
they're both coming for the Switch too, so I
Yeah.
might have to get that. So I don't know what happened in Super Mario Galaxy 2. I'd have to look up the plot.
I think I actually kind of liked the linear nature of 2 a little bit more. Because I thought the level design was better overall. Like, it was just more fun to do things in that game. A B Mario is on the top of my list.
A B Mario?
Yeah.
A B movie Mario?
Boo Mario, that's a close second.
Yeah.
If I don't get B Mario, at least have him transform into a Boo or something, you know.
Something. Gotta do something. I mean, he did the Tanuki suit, right? Or at least the raccoon suit in the first one, right?
Yeah, he did. I think he Tanuki. He also got Fire Flower.
Well, yeah.
But actually, Peach was the one with the Fire Flower first, right? They actually gave her a like red and white outfit, which is very close to her actual color palette in the original game. But like the only time that you see Peach with that kind of Fire Flower-ish outfit again is a Smash Brothers color swap.
Well, no, she gets the Fire Flower in Super Mario 2, doesn't she?
Where Fire Flowers? I don't remember Fire Flowers.
She does, and she certainly does in like.
Well, later in like the
like
Super
the
Mario
3D.
World games and stuff like that, and I think even New Super Mario Brothers. Eventually, there's a Toadette can become a Peach.
Oh yeah.
No, I'm talking about the first time you see it. I believe is actually in Melee. When she gets a color outfit swap in Super Smash Brothers Melee.
What year was that?
It would have been GameCube. That's way before like New Super Mario Brothers or New Super Mario World or any of those 3D World I'm thinking of. That stuff all came later.
Okay.
This would have been like right around 2000-ish. But there's like a big gap because like Peach wasn't really a playable character in most games. And we always called it like a Fire Flower outfit, but it's literally her original color palette, which was red, white, and yellow.
Yeah. Red, white, and yellow.
But in the brown hair or whatever.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I guess, yeah, she was playable in Super Mario 3D World.
But that's like way
I feel
later.
like she had that. Oh, it was that. Yeah, 2013 on the Wii U. Huh. Mario 3D World, each Fire Flower. So I guess. Huh.
And everybody had every outfit in that one.
I guess you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that
Joshua
also
wants to see Mauser
familiar.
show up. I would love to see Mauser show up, especially because of how important he was in the Super Mario Super Show. And he was always like the henchman that Bowser or King Koopa sent out. It was so weird because like Mauser was never Koopa's henchman outside of that show, right? He was for oh god, what was the Toad's name? Wart. He was Wart's henchman. Right, but in the Super Mario Brothers Super Show, Wart didn't exist. Koopa was the bad guy, so Mauser was his henchman. It's like a weird continuity all of its own.
Yeah, you're right. There were no Fire Flowers in Super Mario 2.
Yeah, you just pulled up
So I
turnips
guess
and
the
threw them
first
at
sort of.
people.
Yeah. Well, I mean, there were bombs.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I guess you're right. It must have been Super Mario 3D World where she was playable again and got the Fire Flower, but they presumably used the Smash Brothers palette. Huh.
Yeah, again, it's just an original, right? The reason too is like she always had. I think she has tanner skin in that palette too. But it's like, yeah, but that's just to match how everybody was yellow in the original game. You know.
Yeah, I guess so. There was also, yeah, there are lots of interesting characters in Super Mario 2.
Yep, like Pidgeot on his little magic carpet.
Yeah, and what was it called? Phantom or whatever? The mask that would chase after you?
Mm-hmm. And there's like the
oh man, people would...
the ninja things. The shinobi stuff.
Yeah,
I can't remember their name.
Ninja,
yeah.
Aren't they called ninjas?
Then probably.
Claw Grip, Triclide, Fry Guy, and Birdo. And I know some people would go crazy for Birdo.
Birdo is definitely showing up sometime. That is going to happen. And Birdo is probably going to just have always been a girl. That is the version that is going to show up.
Mm-hmm. Oh well.
And she'll probably shoot an egg out of her mouth nose thing at some point in time.
I'm sure. So you want Mauser and Wart? Or I want Wart anyway.
Yep,
well,
yep.
I was trying to look up the plot of Super Mario Galaxy 2. I don't know. Did it have a plot?
I'm trying to remember. I remember liking that one a lot more. I remember the levels being more fun. But both of the games kind of like blur together somewhat in my head. I only played each of them once. I've never gone back and replayed them like I have with most other Mario games. I don't even think they're like really up there in quality as far as Mario games. I thought Sunshine was a better game than either Galaxy. Mario 64 is a better game than all three of them.
Oh, you're looking at it through rose-colored glasses.
No, because there's stuff that
Mario
came later
64
that's
had
better.
such terrible controls.
Mario 64 is great. Okay,
I don't know.
that's a skill issue if you think it has
it was
terrible
great
controls.
for the time.
I can go back and play. I've played it recently, like not that long ago. The controls are fine. You just got to know how to play it. But there's stuff that came afterwards that were better than any of those games. Like Super Mario 3D World, I think is better than either Galaxy game.
I played a lot of 3D Land on
I didn't
the
play 3D
3DS.
Land.
It's good, but it really heavily relied on the 3D because there were, puzzles where it looked like, MC Escher pictures, but like if you turned it, you could see that, it's like in 3D and it makes sense and all that stuff.
I don't think that's going to be a thing in the movie.
No, I don't think so. But yeah, apparently, Bowser gets humongous after abusing the power of the Grand Stars and attacks the castle and kidnaps Peach. And then Mario has to go into space, follow him. I feel like there wasn't was there a Bowser in Mario or Galaxy 1?
Yeah.
I don't remember the
Bowser is in it.
the plot of the first one.
The game starts off with like a meteor shower, right? And everybody's watching it, and then Bowser invades Toad Town. It's all nighttime. Like I remember the opening to the game very clearly.
Okay, so they're basically the same. They both start at the Star Festival, and then all these star bits.
This is why they blur
crashing
together in my
down
head.
Yeah. And Bowser attacks the Mushroom Kingdom and kidnaps Peach.
But most importantly, there's a B Mario.
Yes. I can tell that you keep going back to that. I'm like, I've got nothing to say about that. I mean, yes.
It was the highlight of the entire game.
He can fly now. They introduced these new power-ups in some of the games like you hardly ever get to use them. Like they're
Yeah.
only in very small specific areas, and it's like, oh, I wanted to use that the whole time. Like the what was it? New Super Mario Bros. Where they had the giant mushroom where they could just stomp through the whole level.
Yeah, the mega mushroom.
Yeah, but you could only get it in like 2 or 3 different levels. Like, man, I want the mega mushroom everywhere. I guess that would make it too easy.
Yeah.
Joshua says the mask was scary.
Anyway, my mind is fixed on bees because also other news. Dr. Bees is returning very soon.
Fanto, that's what it was. Dr. Bees.
Yes,
Beads?
Dr. Bees. Dr. Bees is a internet cartoon by Harry Partridge, also known as Happy Harry. It was a classic because Harry is crazy and decides that he's going to animate the entire video on ones. That means there's a unique drawing for every single frame. And it's got a very retro look to it. Like he goes through the trouble of making it look like an old cartoon. And it's just a stupid, funny parody gag. There's been 3 Dr. Bees videos previously. Technically only 2 in the series. There's also like a weird side one that was like a announcement bonus gag thing. But he's coming back with a 3rd one. So he's returning, and it's going to be here in a week. And I love Dr. Bees. It's one of the funniest internet videos ever. And it's about a bee-themed vigilante superhero by day who then goes in disguise as a bee-themed vigilante superhero at night. And that is his actual backstory. And he's a worse superhero when he's Dr. Bees, actually, even though that's like the point of the story. It's the only version that we ever actually get to see. And he dies at the end of the first one and that second kind of like spin-off one. And then in the 3rd one, he's like, I hope I don't die at the end. But then everybody else was dead and it was worse. And he put
his name is Dr. Miles Manners. Is that right?
Yeah.
Dr. Miles Manners, biologist.
Yep.
Sorry, continue.
Oh, yeah. Well, so Harry put up a preview of it. I won't say the other day, but sometime last week. It's just a very, very short clip from it with him in a prison cell with a supervillain. And
Okay.
The bit it's really stupid because he's like, I wouldn't even dare try to mess with changing the definition of a word. That's a dark magic that's beyond me. But I can help you. And then he turns over is because conveniently my entire evil lair was smuggled to me earlier this day in a cake. And there's just like a giant cake with like a skull fortress mouth in the slice of it, just in the lair. Because it's like that type of gag cartoon. And I'm really excited. It's only going to be like maybe 5 minutes long at most, but it's like this is going to be the highlight of my entire years waiting for Dr. Bees to come out.
It says it's called Dr. Bees Forever.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And hopefully it'll be better than
heard of this.
Batman Forever.
I have some audio to go with the story.
Really? Beads. Bees? Beads. Joke's not on board. How about get a beat?
That's all I have.
Dr. Bees solves all problems
Anyway.
by introducing bees through very wacky methods.
That makes sense.
Like, you know, sometimes he might have a giant, like, taxidermed manatee just filled with bees that he, like, unzips and the bees come out. And sometimes the problem is actually just a lack of bees. So he'll show up and add bees.
Ah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's it's the best superhero.
Okay. Man, this reminds me of Bee and Puppy Cat for some reason. What's their name? Bee and Puppy Cat?
I don't know. I don't know what that
You
is.
don't know that one?
No, I don't think I know that at all. This is beyond me. That's what he should have
live
called
in
it.
different worlds.
He should have called it Dr. B Beyond.
Dr. B's Beyond.
Yeah, with like 2 E's at the beginning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe Dr. Bees will team up with Bee and Puppy Cat. That was also a web series.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've never
was
heard of it before.
Well, you should look it up
Yeah,
when
yeah.
you get a chance. I'll look up Dr. Bees. Elvis Treasure says, Bee and Puppy Cat is a woman and a cat cartoon aimed at young teenage girls. Yes, that must be why I watched it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like Ollie and Scoops. That's a fun internet series that has a talking cat in it and a like a teenage girl. That one's pretty funny.
Yeah. I think it was by the same people that did, oh shoot, what was that show? The Super Adventure People. God darn it. I can't
Super
remember.
Adventure People.
I forget the name of the other series that they did. It's probably the beginning of the Bean Mouth trend, so it's probably
Adventure Time?
not good, but
Because Adventure Time was kind of the beginning of the Bean Mouth trend. And they weren't even that guilty of it, but it was everything that was.
It had adventure in the title.
Everybody was aping off Adventure Time, is where the Bean Mouth really comes from. Adventure Time, well, I'm not a fan of it, especially because like it had no idea what type of show it wanted to be. I don't think it's guilty of most of the things that the stuff that followed it did.
Yeah, no, this was before Adventure Time, I think. Gosh, what was it called? Man, it's gonna take me forever to figure out what the name. Oh, this is an even better show than Bee and Puppy Cat. I'll think of it eventually. We can move on, and then it'll pop in my head sometime.
It reminds me of that.
It was about like two guys, and I feel like they were out of time, like they were time travelers. Maybe, I don't know.
Time travelers.
Maybe,
There's
or
a-
else they were just like normal humans.
There was a really fun cartoon back in early to mid aughts. No, it would have just been mid. It would have been mid aughts, maybe like 2005 or 6. It was, I think it would have been around this time. It was called Time Squad. Time Squad was hilarious because it was a boy who just kind of ended up there, like a very nerdy little boy who ended up like being pulled out of his time in the Time Squad. And basically what would happen is there would be continuities or like incongruities in time that would pop up, and the Time Squad would have to go back in time and fix it. Be like, this is the way things were supposed to go. And there's like a very annoying robot that was obviously supposed to be like a depressed parody on C-3PO. It was like if you gave C-3PO Marvin, the robot's mind from Hitchhiker's Guide, and there was like this just really big like butch guy who was the actual cop in the Time Squad. Yeah, it was kind of like Booster Gold,
Yeah.
more or less, but funnier.
Now this show was called Bravest Warriors, and it started in 2009. Well, it says 2009, but the first episode says 2012. That's weird. Yeah, 2009. They were definitely bean mouth, but it was hilarious and it was very deep, and they have a lot of metaphysical, existential things happening, and it was like two normal guys and this girl they were in space, and this gigantic black guy and this
Gigantic
rainbow-colored
black guy.
bear. I mean, he was huge. He had like a mech suit that he wore. Yeah, Bravest Warriors, and they had a what was that? It was like a thing called, I think it was called Ladybug Cat. It's one of their little pet that would go with them, and none of this is ringing a bell. Bravest Warriors.
I don't know. The cat bug
It's good
thing
stuff.
kind of rings a bell, but I don't think I ever saw the show. I might have seen art from it.
Or maybe it was just called Cat Bug.
Yeah, like
might have
that
been
sounds
cat bug.
familiar. But if it is, that's probably the only thing from it I've ever seen.
Yes, I'm sure that's what it was. There was an Emotion Lord. And yeah, Impossibear was the rainbow-colored bear. There was a paralyzed horse. None of this.
A
never-
paralyzed horse? Why is it not at the glue factory?
Well, because it was alive and it could talk telepathically to them, and it was very wise. Paralyzed horse. Yeah. Anyway, yes, Catbug, played by Sam Levignino, whoever that is.
I don't know.
Tara Strong was in it.
I'm sure, because Tara Strong's in everything.
Yeah. Oh, Robert Picardo was in it.
If something was like on Cartoon Network or adjacent, you could throw a dart at the show, and Tara Strong was probably in it.
Yeah. Okay, now I have to look up Bee and Puppy Cat and see if Tara Strong was in it. I think they even made a movie out of Bee and Puppy Cat. A lot of the same people, but Stephen Root was in that. Marina Sirtis. Do not see Tara Strong, interestingly. Oh well. Maybe she had a bit part.
Yeah, maybe that was the downfall of the show, right?
Man, yeah, must have been. Well, I mean, it was on for 5 years.
That's a long time.
I think it was
You
on.
know?
Yeah, I think it was on Cartoon Network or Comedy Central. I don't remember. But yeah, they were like 15-minute episodes. And it seemed like it was. They'd have seasons, or it'd just be one episode a week. So it's never enough. Never enough Bravest Warriors. Yeah, they were originally web cartoons, Joshua.
Yeah,
but,
there's been a few web
I
cartoons
believe
that they
at
would like
some point.
put on in mid blocks and stuff like that
Yeah.
on Cartoon Network.
Yeah, I believe so. Well, you might be, yeah, I think it was kind of like what's the circus, Amazing Digital Circus,
Oh yeah.
where they would debut like on the web and on, I think, Cartoon Network at the same time or something. Maybe not. Maybe I'm mad. They were both, I think.
But was it as good as Sheep in the Big
Anyway,
City?
let's-
It was probably better actually, because Sheep in the Big City only got one season. It was a criminally underrated show.
yeah. Funnily enough, Bravest Warriors was on for 9 years. I guess 9 seasons. Crazy. Oh no, it says 4 seasons. They must have skipped a couple years in there somewhere. Interesting.
The truly good shows never make it past one season. People just don't appreciate them. There's also a lot of bad ones that don't make it past one season too. So it's really hard to tell the difference without going in there and sitting through the whole thing yourself.
Which one was Herman's Head? Was that a really bad one or a really good one?
You know, it's been many years, and I think I'm still trying to figure that one out. My
You ever
dad
see
liked
this?
it.
I think I probably asked you this before. Yeah, I liked it, but I think it was only one season, right?
Mm.
Did you ever see this show where there's like a bunch of people stuck on a farm, like post-apocalyptic world, and they had to survive, and then there was one episode where they decided they needed to procreate or whatever. I don't think it even lasted a season.
Jericho?
It lasted like
I
4 or
don't know.
5 episodes. Terrible. Very
I remember a
show.
post-apocalyptic like show. I don't know if it was actually post-apocalyptic, about a bunch of people on a farm. They were stuck there or whatever. It was Jericho, but I don't know if we're thinking about the same thing. Probably not.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh,
I know my
think it
parents
was
were
called
like,
Whoops.
whoops, never heard of it. Yeah. I just know my parents were
Yeah.
like really upset when Jericho ended.
Yeah, this is it. 6 survivors of a nuclear holocaust, spelled WOOPS exclamation point. In 1992. Only 10 of its 13 episodes aired. It was a sitcom.
Oh, okay. See, I thought this was more serious, but
No. They called it a post-apocalyptic Gilligan's Island, but it was so
okay.
dumb.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure I saw it. I'm pretty sure I saw every episode. It was awful.
I think I'd rather just watch Gilligan's Island.
I was I was not surprised when they canceled it. Did you know there was a cartoon of Gilligan's Island in space?
No, I had no idea that existed.
I'm serious. They
Why?
they tried to revive it like a decade later. How do you spell it?
That's an
Gilligan's
amazingly
Island.
awful idea. Like, that's one of those ideas that could either be
I know, right?
the best thing that you decided to put on the network or the worst thing that you decided to put on the network. No in between.
And they had like little characters. It was called Gilligan's Planet.
Yeah.
Also, oh, actually, no, it was waiting for in 1982. It went from 1982 to 83, which I guess was just one season. Yeah. Gilligan's Planet. And they had the original actors do the voices.
I mean, that's
Isn't that crazy?
cool. It's still just wild. Doesn't begin to describe that idea.
Like basically the professor got sick of trying to get rescued or whatever, so he finally just built a rocket ship because that was much easier, of course.
Oh,
Build
they're
a
just
rocket
like
ship out of,
building
you
a
know,
boat.
Coconuts. Yeah.
Yeah,
He built it
yeah.
out of like coconuts and bamboo or whatever, and they blasted off into space. And, yeah, much better.
If this is like, isn't that just Lost in Space? Except Lost
Yeah.
in Space, they go to
That's
many
exactly what I
different
was thinking.
places. This one, I think they're just stuck on the same planet.
I don't. No. I think they
Oh,
do.
did
I think they're on their ship and they go from planet to planet.
Then why do they call it Gilligan's Planet?
I think.
That is just Lost in Space.
Oh, maybe not. I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe they're on the same planet the whole time.
Joshua, he's got the idea.
Oh my God!
Rip off Muppets. Gilligan's Island babies.
You ready for this? Episode 2, Turnabout is Fair Play. Skipper refuses to do, quote, women's work, preferring instead to do the man's job of defending the camp from aliens. But when aliens capture the skipper, it's the women who rescue him.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
1982 lessons learned.
To be fair, it is Skipper. You know, like, if this was a
I guess you're
competent
right, but-
person, then like, then you'd be like, oh man, that's such a stupid spot. But it's Skipper. Like, of course he's gonna get
Yeah,
captured.
he's pretty. Apparently, they go to the center of the planet at some point, or no, maybe it's a dream. I don't know. Weird. Space pirates.
I do like Space Pirates.
I'm sure it's awful.
Space Pirates are pretty good.
Mhm.
It's
Well,
like
when it's the Metroid universe.
yeah, or like Treasure Planet was a pretty good movie. They had space pirates, you know.
Yeah.
There's space pirates
That's
in
true.
Star Wars. The space pirates are just cool.
Yeah.
But
Man.
it reminds me of Planet Sheen
Gilligan's
and
Island
how
babies.
Yeah, how stupid of an idea Planet Sheen was.
Muppet
Do you know
Babies.
Planet Sheen?
No, did that involve Charlie Sheen?
No. So there was a show called Jimmy Neutron, which is a spin-off of a movie that Nickelodeon made, right? Jimmy Neutron ran for like a decade, and there was like a spin-off of it. There was a character named Sheen who was a lot of people's favorite character, but he was kind of like this goofy, absurd comic relief in the group of like, you know, Jimmy's smart, but his two friends are idiots. And they decide for some reason they're going to put Sheen in one of Jimmy's rockets one day, and he's going to blast off to another planet, and he becomes like John Carter of Mars / like Flash Gordon to these guys. He becomes their local hero, even though he's still an idiot. He's just kind of like, what would Ultra Lord do, and doing those things. And the premise isn't the worst idea on paper until you realize that this is just like a side gag character that's in every episode. Why would you make him the main character? That's like, you know, that'd be like giving Gomer Pyle his own show.
Yeah, too much.
I kid though, because Gomer Pyle's actually pretty good.
Is this CGI or is it claymation?
Yes, it's entirely 3D,
I guess it's
just
CGI.
like Jimmy Neutron was.
I wasn't far off saying Charlie Sheen because you know what Sheen's full name is? It's Sheen Estevez.
Yeah, which obviously was
So,
a joke.
Clearly, yeah.
He looks like a very young Estevez too. If you look at him, like he could fit right in the family.
Yeah.
His hair is even kind of spiked, like the way Charlie wears it most of the time.
It says, this is confusing. It says there's only one season, but it went for 4 years, and there are 28 episodes. So, I guess
Yeah, it was a wreck.
think in terms. Really?
It was a really bad idea.
It looks like it. It looks awful.
Yeah.
Did you ever watch Tough Puppy on Nickelodeon?
Yeah, I saw it. It was a Butch Hartman cartoon. That one wasn't bad.
Yeah.
I liked the cat. The cat was a good character.
Yeah, I used to watch that too, like in high school or whenever it was on. Oh no, wait. That was 2010 to 2015. I must have been like 30.
Yeah, you would have had to have been. Like
I thought, why did I think it was in high school? Man, time
I
goes
know.
by too fast.
like I was already out of high school when that like it was after I graduated when the first episode
Yeah.
came out. Same
Yeah.
year I graduated.
Apparently I watched Tough Puppy as an adult.
Yeah.
I didn't even have
Joshua
kids
says
then,
that you
so
were held
got
back
no
a few years.
excuse. Yeah, apparently.
I
Apparently
only
so.
watched it though, and I think I've said this many times. I would just like show up to hang out with Buck, right? I would walk up to his door, and it would take
Yeah.
him a while to get ready. Sometimes we were gonna go out, maybe go for like a walk or something, and I'd sit down on his couch, and I would just be watching whatever he left on TV, and it was either Nicktoons or Disney XD were the only channels that were ever on his TV. And I'm like, dude, why? There are better things to watch than this. I mean, some of the cartoons aren't bad. I'm not going to shame anyone who watched cartoons. I still watch cartoons. But even the stuff that was going on at the time, or Disney XD was like mostly live action shows for a while. Like, there are better things you could be watching than just leaving this stuff on in the background.
Did you know Punky Brewster was in Sheen Planet or whatever it's called? Planet Sheen,
I did not.
apparently. And Fran Drescher and Jim Cummings.
Well, I mean, I'm not surprised about Jim Cummings. He's in everything too.
He was Ultra Lord.
That makes sense. Ultra Lord did sound a little bit like if Pete was less angry and had more of like a bro attitude.
Yeah. Okay. Held back a few years. Oh, speaking of movies,
Yes.
I don't think anyone saw it because I got absolutely zero interaction, but I did a small review of the live action version of How to Train Your Dragon.
Oh yeah, you were watching that last night.
And Yeah, and it's funny because like it seems like all we ever want, if you're gonna do a live action, just do it exactly like the cartoon, right?
Yeah.
I mean, just don't make any changes. Don't make
Yeah,
any
just do like
severe
a
changes.
scene for scene
that's
replay. Yeah.
Yeah, that's exactly what they did. It was amazing. I was like, this is the best live action remake I've ever seen.
Oh yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
sure they did a
they
good
even
job
had-
for what they did, but like, I don't like the casting. That's why I haven't watched it. For like half the characters, not all of it. Some of them are casted really well, but for like half the characters, I'm just like, eh.
I don't know. The only I would say the only actor who I thought did a mediocre job was Astrid. And
It was like the biggest complaint.
it wasn't that she didn't.
Too.
Yeah. Well, and it wasn't that she. I mean, I didn't really care that she didn't really look like
Yeah.
the cartoon. Although she was the only one who didn't look like her cartoon, self. But she really phoned it in. Like, she was not emotional at all. Like, I was like, what is wrong with her? She bored to be here? I mean, all the other actors seemed excited to be part of this, and they were like really into it and really did their characters very well.
I
She
hope
was
that
just
she's
like,
not
eh.
right. And this could also be the case. I hope she's not following a trend that Zendaya set, because that's how Zendaya plays every character. I mean, that's mostly just how she is as a person.
Yeah.
I don't know if this actress is the same, but like, due to Zendaya being cast and everything, we might just be stuck with a pit for a while, where that's just how like the love interest type character who they're trying to also kind of not make a love interest just acts in every movie for a while. Like that could just be a trend we're stuck with.
Fitzgerald's going to be. Fitzgerald put his foot in his mouth because you know what I watched right after How to Train Your Dragon?
Oh,
live
did you
action?
watch Weapons?
I watched Weapons.
Oh,
so we can talk about.
I haven't
that,
watched
too.
it yet. Yeah.
I watched both. Yeah, I won't spoil it, but yeah. I mean, I will say that like, I looked up other people's reviews, and most people were just like, "What was the point?" kind of a thing. And I get that because it was exactly like the original. But
That's what you
I
want.
mean, what's the point of any of these?
Yeah.
It's live action. Yeah, I'm like, if you're gonna make one, at least make it just like the original. And I will say that like some of the gestures and the movements and the way they held their weapons and stuff like that, it was like spot on. It was like they watched the animation and just like
Did it. Yeah.
imitated it. Yeah, and I'm like, that's even Astrid had a few moments where like it was one point where she drops her axe on Hiccup's like stomach or something, and she did that perfectly.
Well, I think there's like,
But she just
there's
was not.
two frames of thought, right? There's two head spaces that you could possibly be in. There will be some people, and this is actually how a lot of the people in Japan thought for a long time, and this is why we did not get straight adaptations. There would always be something different about like the anime or whatever, where it's like, if it was already done, what's the point of doing it the exact same way, right? And that seems to be more of like a consumer mindset, I would say. That is definitely, whether you're on the business end of trying to sell things to the consumer or the consumer itself, those are the type of people that tend to think that way. There's this other one where there's like this artistic mindset where you're treating the property as a piece of art that you respect. And coming from like a background with theater, because I love the theater. I even did a little bit of acting when I was younger myself. But also considering other forms of art, like how you learn to draw and paint traditionally, music and stuff like that. There is an act of recreating things as they are, and that is an artistic process. We've got a play, right? Like, there's no point in changing a Shakespearean play because, like, the Shakespearean play is already great. Just perform it with new people, maybe with new camera angles if you're going to do a movie and not stage form, maybe with new sets, but you still do the play the same. I've been arguing for this for a long time, that we should have more movies that are basically just one-to-one remakes of old like really old movies, just with like new director, new cast and everything.
I mean, Yeah, like if I go see A Midsummer Night's Dream, I don't want to see a reinterpretation
Yeah.
where it's completely different. I want to see it exactly as it's written, exactly as it's supposed to be. You know, it's of course then it's live and it's kind of an event. But I mean, even in a movie, I would want it to be, I want Macbeth to be Macbeth. I don't want it to be all crazy and different. But I gave it a good review. I thought I gave it like an A minus, and that was only because Astrid was so boring.
Yeah, you dragged everything.
And I
else
had no
down.
expectations. I mean, it just,
Yeah.
yeah, sadly, but luckily it wasn't a big deal because she wasn't really a big part of the movie. Just a little bit here and there. I thought the guy, girl, whatever it was that played Fish Legs, that big, large person, that was in like one of the Wolverine movies, I think. It was great. He was great.
Oh,
Fish
was he
Legs. Hilarious.
the guy who played Firestarter in Deadpool 2?
Yes.
Yeah.
Is that a guy? Okay.
Maybe.
Yeah. I guess it's weird because he has like a French name, I think, and it sounds like a girl's name.
Maybe. I
Yeah,
don't
I
know
guess
who
it's a
played
guy.
Fish Legs.
Anyway.
Well, you said one of the Wolverines. Maybe it was a girl. Maybe I'm thinking of somebody else. I just know the guy from Deadpool 2 will keep showing up and everything, so I'm probably thinking of somebody completely else. Or
No,
Fire
you're
Fist.
exactly right. It's the guy who played Fire Fist or whatever.
Fire Fist,
Yeah, it's that guy.
He was also in
I looked him up, and he had
the
a
second
kind of a weird name, but
Christmas Chronicles. He played Belschnickel, which I really liked him in that one. I think he's a pretty good actor. He just needs to be put in the right role.
yeah, this was great. I mean, he was exactly like that character. They did kind of change some of his lines, but it was good. I mean, he like had these cards that he made. It was basically like he was a Magic the Gathering nerd or something, and like he was just like getting so excited when he was about to see a new dragon. Or something. It was really funny. But yeah, for the most part, I mean, I've seen that movie so many times. I mean, they had it line for line in some scenes. It was like exactly, and I'm like, yes, they didn't change anything. They didn't make Astrid the hero, or whatever. They didn't emasculate anyone. I mean, Hiccup kind of gets emasculated in the beginning, but he ends up being the hero.
I actually agree with Fish
I
Jozo
thought it
here,
was
though.
really
Like,
good.
why don't we just remake all these old, like, 50 horrors movies and stuff? Just any old thing. Especially if it's old enough. If something's, like, 100 years old, you actually can just remake it yourself, and there's nothing they can do about it. And with the quality of cameras back then, if you just get a bunch of, like, theater kids who want to make a movie for no reason, a phone camera would probably still produce a better, like, shot than most of those old cameras did. Just from that era. I think around like between the 40s
Probably.
to the 70s, when everything was still just only film, you start getting digital around like the turn of the 70s to the 80s. That's only mostly for like soap operas and stuff. You don't really see that for movies yet. That doesn't really come till the 90s. But like between the 40s and 70s is like film had hit a height where those cameras are still kind of better than most of the digital cameras we use now. It's just a lot of work, and film's expensive versus like what we can do with digital. But like your phone was probably better than the earliest cameras they used back in like the 20s and the 10s and stuff.
Yeah, digital had to become good enough because we talked about this, how the original film was not, well, I mean, it was not digital, so you could
it's crystal.
zoom
So
in
yeah, you could forever.
very, very, yeah, as long as it didn't degrade or anything. But you had to get digital to the point where it was good enough that you could show it on a gigantic screen and not see every pixel. So,
yes, if I'm ready for Sunday, never. That's your answer.
never ready. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I saw Weapons as well. So I would recommend, I mean, if I really like How to Train Your Dragon is one of my favorite animated movies. So I liked it. Anyway, Weapons. Weapons was fascinating, intriguing. I loved the first quarter to third of it.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of started to go weird around the midpoint, and I did not like the end. I was quite disappointed.
Well, you don't have to worry about
with
spoiling it
the-
for me though. Like I haven't watched it. I know what happens in it.
Mhm. Oh, you do?
But if we don't want to spoil it for the audience, that's up to you. I don't care, but I know how it ends.
Yeah, I don't know. Well, I won't spoil it. I would just say I was disappointed in the conclusion and or not the conclusion, but the answer to the mystery.
Yeah.
Of, what happened to the kids. I was just like, oh, that's it. Well, all right. And I did not find it scary in the least bit. Like there were some parts that seemed like they were like jump scares or you're supposed to be scared, and I was like,
yeah.
eh.
It's one of
I
those
didn't
ones
find it
where
scary. But like
the plot probably doesn't work unless like people ignore common sense. It's one of those type of stories.
yeah.
Yeah,
thanks,
it's like
Joseph. I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I was trying not to spoil it.
Yeah, clearly the two people on the panel
Yeah,
already
it was
know it
just like-
ends. It's for the audience. You didn't have to say that.
Yeah.
That's okay. People who are watching the VOD later
yeah,
can't
it
see the
just-
chat anyway, so it doesn't matter. It's not like it'll be spoiled for
Right,
them.
right. Well, yeah. So that's why I'm not going to say it. But yeah, I'd say. Well, I'll just say the first half was really, really good, and it was intriguing, and it was like, showing how people, I guess, deal with grief, and it's like you don't know where your child is, and because all these children just disappear in the middle of the night, and
Yeah.
different people treat it different ways, but it got to be kind of frustrating because it was like all these people kept getting close to the answer, but then these other people would like screw it up, and it's it's like, oh god, just why don't you just talk to that guy?
Yeah.
He has the answer. But, yeah, it wasn't impressive to me. I just thought the first half was good, and then the second half I think they had a bad idea, but they started off doing it well. But then it
Yeah.
finally got to the real idea, and it was like,
Mhm.
oh, well, yeah. In my opinion, I thought it was not particularly good. I didn't like it. So that's all I have to say.
That's
But the well, that's- I guess it's
pretty
not-
much
not all I have to
exactly
say.
how I felt about Barbarian.
Oh, really?
Yeah, where like
I never saw that. But it's
it
the same
started off with kind of
director?
like it started off with like an interesting idea, which I mean it was a
Yeah.
little too on the nose. I think like his messaging was a little heavier in that one from what I've heard, but I've seen that one.
Mhm.
I've just heard it was lighter in this one, but
Yeah.
it started
Well,
off with an okay idea.
I mean, I could see.
and then it just started like tumbling downhill fast, and it was like, man, this is an awful movie.
See, I thought this case was like the opposite. I think it started off as a bad idea, which you don't find out till the end,
yeah.
or the second half anyway. But he did a really good job. Like in the beginning, it's clearly
Well,
all these metaphors, like
So I think
the one
the
child
same.
left behind.
Right. Because I think when the beginning's good, it feels like it's based off a good idea at first until everything catches up with it. Right.
So blurry. I look blurry.
And then everything
guess.
catches up
I
with it,
don't
and then
know
you're like,
where-
it would
where they
probably wasn't
started.
that good to begin with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's clearly, as Fitzgerald says, it's the child is a metaphor for the child of like alcoholic parents or something.
I had an alcoholic parent
Uh,
and a drug addicted parent.
Mhm.
I still don't think it's a good metaphor.
But the metaphor breaks down when he brings all the other children into it, and it's like, or is it a metaphor for a serial killer? I don't know. It was just muddy. They just had all these mixed metaphors and mixed ideas that didn't really congeal. And then if you just take it at face value, it was pretty much like I said. It was just a disappointing surprise. Like, oh, this is what's happening. Really? That's it? Okay. Yeah. I've seen better. Seen a lot better.
With like the least trustworthy old lady
I know
ever.
there's a Yeah. Who, like, the first time you see her, she's like covered in clown makeup. I'm like, why does she
Yeah.
have so much goddamn makeup? Like later on, she looks more normal.
Yeah.
Bizarre.
It's like you're asking people to not trust you, and yet for some reason everybody does anyway.
The main character was an alcoholic. Who, the woman? The teacher? I don't think she was an alcoholic. She didn't seem... Well, I mean, she was kind of becoming an alcoholic after everything that happened. Yeah, the boyfriend was an idiot. And, of course, the junkie. I thought the junkie was probably the best played character because he was appropriately, like, tweaking all the time. And, you know, looking for money and stealing and lying all the time. Yeah. I don't know. It got a lot of hype, but I'm like, really? This wasn't great. Probably better than most movies nowadays, but...
Yeah, well, this is also the guy who's going to be making the Resident Evil movie that's coming up, so...
Question is he going to respect the material? Because if he does, that's all he has to do.
Well, because he's basically making a spin-off, but it's supposed to be done, according to him, with respect to the stuff that it's spinning off of, so...
Yeah.
Like, basically what he was saying is he wants to make what is effectively side canon content, where it's like, this is something that could be slipped in without disturbing the actual continuity of the series. But we'll see. Hey, you know what, though? Resident Evil, if you want to be a little schlocky, Resident Evil's a little bit more of a place to be schlocky. Like, if you actually consider how the games are. There's a lot of humor in it. There's a lot of just, like, heads getting split open for no reason. Like, that's a kind of a better place to do that than a movie that seems that it's taking itself seriously.
Yeah, I forgot there was a part where they mentioned that she had a DUI or something. Teacher, but I don't know. I wasn't paying that close attention because it was just not all that interesting. It could have been. It could have been scarier, you know? All these kids disappear in the middle of the night. What if they... I don't know. I could have thought of ways to make it better. Whatever. I'm not...
Yeah, but couldn't everybody think of ways to make something better? And not everybody's ways are necessarily better.
Yeah,
but
I guess.
It is a lot easier to,
They
like,
could've-
post hoc, like, this is what you could have done. It's like, you know.
Yeah. It would have been a lot better with bees, clearly.
Oh, for sure.
It added
Absolutely.
bees.
Voodoo bees.
Indeed. A Dr. Bees, if you will.
Yeah. Hug bees.
Well, those are the only two movies I watched last night because I couldn't fall asleep.
Well, you're talking about something that's probably not going to be scary at all, but is based off of something that's supposed to be scary. A24 is looking to make a remake to the Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but they're going to be doing it as like a TV series. And I'm just thinking, like, I don't know why you would want to do that as a TV series. Like, I don't know how much content that you can stretch out from that to make, like, more than a mini series. If it was like 4 to 6 episodes, maybe. But, like, to actually make a series out of it, you're going to be stretching it thin. I'm going to be losing interest half the time through because I just don't think there's enough material there. Obviously, they're going to be adding material. They're going to be penning in their own stuff to fill in the gap. Probably ignoring stuff from the older versions anyway and just be like using the idea of the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But it's like, your ideas probably just aren't that interesting, folks. Sorry.
Yeah. Well, what are they going to do? Like delve into the family or something?
It's really rough to make a horror series that actually carries all the way through. I think American Horror Story did it pretty good with several of its seasons. I don't know anything after The Hotel. I think was the last one I watched all the way through. I mean, I saw like an episode or two of the Roanoke one. So I don't know if it continues to be strong after that point. But even then, they're like shorter, limited seasons where I think like the whole season might be 8 hours long or something.
Yeah.
And it's rough. It is rough to take the tension that you need in like a horror series and stretch it out too long. There's some people do it. There are several out there, but I just don't know how talented. Do they have talented enough people on their staff to do that?
Yeah, I wonder if that's just a rumor that they're doing a series, because it looks like they just acquired the film and TV rights. But have they actually announced anything?
I'm seeing at least articles about it, but it could just be a rumor. Sometimes people will write entire articles on a rumor.
Yeah.
But it doesn't even, from what I'm seeing, they don't even have it. They're trying to win the rights. So this might be the idea of what they're going to do if they get it.
Yeah, I guess the rights were up for auction.
Yeah. And they're the A24 is the
at
front runner right
moment.
now.
Yeah. But this is as of 3 days ago, so maybe they've got it now. I don't know. Where do you go to an auction for rights to an IP?
Oh, probably downtown Hollywood.
Okay.
Where else would you put it,
Sotheby's.
right?
Yeah. Must be online. You must have to be in the know or something.
Yeah, they probably send out like a notification to the actual like production companies and studios, and they'll send a representative to it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
But like apparently one of the people
Shoot, I
who
was gonna
would be
say something.
behind
Oh.
it if they did it is JT Molnar, who was involved in producing things like Weapons is one of the stuff Molnar produced. Late Night with the Devil was another one. He produced. He's involved in a bunch of stuff like this. The Long Walk. Yeah, he produced a couple different Stephen King adaptations. And so,
Oh, I see. So it's not really an auction. It's just up for bids.
It's still
apparently,
technically an auction. It's just not like
A24 is,
it's not a live auction.
yeah. If you want to call up, who's the current owner? Verve? The sale's being administered. I don't know. If you want to call them up and give them an offer, I'm sure they take your call.
I don't think any of us will have enough money to outbid any of these studios. So,
I mean, you never could win the what's the Powerball up to? 2 million, 2 billion, a billion? I don't know, something crazy. I think it's a.
I don't think I'd
$1 billion,
want
maybe
it
2.
either. You know, it's the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. It's not a particularly great
Yeah.
like horror movie. None of the remakes have been pretty good either. It's like,
Yeah.
It's good. Like if you want to do like a grindhouse version of it, and just have like a gore fest, it's a good property for like that type of slasher thriller.
Yeah. You know, apparently this year they're coming out with a Texas Chainsaw Massacre Bloodlines. How come every horror series has a Bloodlines? Like,
Oh, like Final
what was
Destination.
it? Final Destination Bloodlines
Yeah.
came out this year, and then wasn't there a Conjuring Bloodlines or something like that?
I don't know.
We've run out of
Trends happen
run
and
out of
everybody
sequel
hops
ideas.
on it. You know.
Yeah. Everything Bloodline. Super Mario Brothers Bloodlines.
Is that just like
That's what they need to do.
Yoshi's Island, where they're trying to get them back to their parents?
Yeah. Apparently, yeah.
See, that I would like that too. That's where they should have went. Is they should have done a prequel immediately afterwards with Yoshi's Island with like Mario and Luigi whining the entire time. Heck, get Charlie Day and Chris Pratt to just do the baby noises. That would be fun. And then have the Yoshis try to deliver them. Kamek can be in that one too, you know?
Yeah. You need to do a Dr. B's bloodlines. B's lines.
Yeah. It'd be like, oh my god, what was that one? Underworld. There should be an Underworld Bloodlines, right?
Mm-hmm.
I liked Underworld, but it's such a weird trilogy in retrospect, like going back to it. Like, if The Matrix and other things didn't make that look like popular Blade as well, would Underworld even have been successful? I think it was just like one of those things where it came out at the right time.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of the right time, here's an interesting story. Do you remember the movie Jonah Hex from 2010?
Oh yeah, the bastardized comic adaptation that was like nothing like the source material.
Yeah, with Josh Brolin and Megan Fox. I forgot she was in it.
Yeah.
Apparently, well, it obviously bombed at the box office. Apparently, it's become extremely popular now that it's on HBO Max.
Oh, okay.
I'm guessing it's probably because Josh Brolin's a bigger star now.
Probably.
People are like, oh, what's this movie? He was.
I think he needs to be in more like Western stuff. I really liked him in No Country for Old Men. I think he was great in that one.
Yeah. Now that's a guy who I can respect I like the art and hate the artist. He's a pretty
he's very
person,
very talented actor.
He's really really good. Yeah, he's good in everything he's in. Seems so. I will respect his ability there. I might have to go back and I don't know if I ever saw Jonah Hex. I saw previews.
Oh, I watched it.
Out,
but it was so unlike the source material that I have not watched it since it came out.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like
maybe everyone's forgot the source material.
Yeah, it's not like redeemably unlike the source material, where something can be like so far off, maybe even in a wacky way that it kind of builds it to its own. It's just kind of like, eh.
Yeah, that's too bad. Well, we watched The Departed this weekend.
Yeah, it was your first time ever watching it. Yeah. That was probably...
Oh, we were talking about Jonah Hex a minute ago, if it's Joseph.
Yeah.
Anyway,
maybe my
Departed.
8th or 9th time watching The Departed.
I've seen clips. I've seen bits and pieces of it. Like I saw this thing about the very beginning scene when Jack Nicholson is like shooting those people on the beach.
Oh yeah.
I've seen stuff about that, but
I heard you.
No, I'd never seen it. I did.
Every single time somebody in the movie called somebody else a faggot.
Yeah, made me laugh every time.
Yeah. And it was like it's a different time, man. You could get away with that.
I couldn't stop.
2005.
Yeah, it's just like it's just unexpected when you're watching a movie. It's just couldn't stop.
It's such a good movie.
But
it was
they
like I
stuck
remember
it in like this. They stuck it in unexpected places. I feel like.
Or like you would call somebody a homo out of nowhere too.
Yeah. It's like I love old movies.
Yeah, I do too. But it's like one of the things I was saying about it is like where other filmmakers, especially those in the MCU who are trying to add humor into their movies and stuff like that, but they always break the tension. It's like Martin Scorsese is such a good director. You know, you'd be getting a master class just watching a movie of his and paying attention to what he did in it. That it's like he has such a good sense of humor. His movies are hilarious, but at no point are they comedic, right? Like, at no point does any of the funny things being done in it cut the tension. They only add to it because they add like a realism to like that. Yeah, this is what these type of people in this type of situation are like. And so it's like you can laugh while also being mortified at what they're doing to somebody at the same time because they're awful people.
Yeah. He brings that hand in the bag.
And he's just like carrying it around,
like,
waving it.
Takes the ring off. He's like, here, give this to the wife.
Where it's like, I almost can't hold together anytime I see it. And it's when Leo's character is sitting there at the bar counter, and Jack just comes walking from the back, and his arms are just like covered in blood, and he's like hovels out there like it's nothing, talks to him, and he's like, yeah, you okay, yeah, and then just kind of like hovels back there afterwards, and it's just like as if he's not covered in blood. It's great. I love it.
Yeah, it's like, what the hell's going on here?
Yeah,
completely. Sleeves are just completely covered. Yeah, that is a crazy movie.
Yeah, it's a
funny
star-studded cast too.
Cat and mouse. Oh yeah, this cat and mouse game between the undercover guy who's
there's two rats
with the bad guys but working for the cops. Yeah, and then the other guy's with the cops but actually working for the bad guys.
And that's the framing of the whole movie, right? Because it's like they were in the academy at the same time, but they weren't in the same class, so they never crossed paths with each other. One of them flunked out of it so he could be an undercover cop. The other one goes and just keeps rising up through his career, and he's a corrupt cop the entire time.
Yeah. Yeah, well, what's his name? Mark Wahlberg? Was it Mark Wahlberg? Or the other?
It was Marky Mark.
Yeah. He got the last laugh, that's for sure. He was a badass. They're like, I don't remember the exact lines, but they're like, who's your who's your source? He's like, fuck you, that's who.
Yeah. Oh, that was he had a fuck you attitude the entire time, right?
Oh yeah.
With literally everyone in the entire precinct.
Yeah.
And then he's the one that actually cleans things up at the very end. While he was technically on leave. It was near the end of his leave. He just kind of sneaks back and gets it.
Yeah, and he had to keep his sources secret because of
course you do.
Even if they didn't, they knew there was a leak from the beginning, but even if they didn't, they felt like he would have been I don't know, it could be a leak. You never know. I'm not gonna rat my guys out that are putting their lives on the line. So he's a good guy.
The thing that I love the most about the movie is actually the movie itself. But aside from that is the discourse around the movie. Because apparently a lot of people hate that rat that shows up at the very end after Mark Wahlberg's character walks away. Which, like I said, that's the bow on the top. That's the icing on the cake at the very end of the movie that just wraps everything nicely. It's artistic, but it's too on the nose. It's like, you know what? You better believe it's on that fucking rat's nose. That's what it's supposed to be,
Yeah.
Big ol' ratty schnoz.
Yeah, if it hadn't been there, I don't think I would have missed it. But it was it's just funny.
Yeah.
Random rat on the outside balcony, just it's a movie about rats.
Everyone's a rat. Even Frank Costello, Jack's character, is a rat. He was turning people over. Well, technically, he never turned anyone over who wasn't going over anyway. But he was turning people into the FBI to save his own skin and keep his operations running. Everyone's a rat.
Yeah.
Except for Mark Wahlberg's character. He's the only one who's not actually a rat.
Yeah.
And Martin Shane's, but, he gets thrown off a building.
Right. Yeah, the only two guys that seemed on the up and up, where the guys managing the undercover people.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, because even like Alec Baldwin's
in charge
character,
of that
I don't think he
department.
was a rat or anything, but he was definitely the type of person where he benefits from everything, so he just doesn't really care what's going. Like he's gonna try to bust them, but it's not the end of the world if there's like a rat inside his thing. He doesn't really care about the crime. He cares about his career. That type of person, you know.
Was he like the head of the division or something?
Yeah,
Or
he
what
was like
his job?
he was on top of everybody on
remember.
there. He was like the other top sergeant that was opposite of the undercover division. Like he was there, up
Okay.
there. He was like a captain or something like that. I don't remember exactly his rank, but
Okay. But like that guy, not Leonardo DiCaprio, the other one,
Matt Damon.
Matt Damon. Yeah,
Yeah.
he ended up like the head of something, like the captain. But I guess was he? Still
Well, he was
under
also promoted up
Alec
because he
Baldwin?
became technically it was under Baldwin's character, but he kind of became like their internal what's it called? Internal investigator in a way. He had to find where the rat was, which was him. It's like, we got hired to find myself.
Yeah.
That's such a good movie. Like, I think I said before watching, it's like it's one of the few movies that I would actually put like a 10 out of 10 in because everything's cleaned up. There's no plot holes in it. There's no extra stuff that doesn't need to be there. It's just everything's exactly the puzzle piece it needs to be that falls into place. The acting is phenomenal.
Yeah.
It takes itself just seriously enough. Like the movie takes itself seriously, and it's funny because people in real life are kind of funny, you know?
Yeah. Yeah, there was just like no wasted lines or wasted scenes. It was just everything fit perfectly. Yeah. I'd say it was pretty damn good.
Yeah.
But anyway, in a week when I don't feel like there was a whole lot of new news, at least we got some.
Oh, yeah.
We managed to watch some interesting stuff. So.
Yeah, because I think the only other
Unless you
stuff
got
I had to
anything
talk
else?
about was, which was past the end anyway, was Sakamoto Days. I was going to talk about that because I've been watching it, and it's been getting really, really good. But there's still a little left to the season, so maybe I'll wait. Maybe I'll wait till next week or whenever the season is over to talk about that. But I might actually start reading the manga, because that's not an app one. That one's actually in a magazine. So right now, if the manga is anything like the show, maybe even better, because sometimes the adaptation just doesn't capture the dynamic in the comic as well. It might be one of the few shonen that's running in a magazine right now that's actually worth reading. So I'll
just mention I registered to go to the Charlie Kirk Memorial on Friday.
Oh, okay.
It is here in Glendale, Arizona, at the Cardinals Stadium. It's like 63,000 seats. I bet it's going to fill up.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know. It's first come, first serve. I basically have to take the whole day off of work, so we'll see. I'm thinking about it.
Okay.
If it happens, I'll report from the scene, I guess. I don't know.
Okay. I don't know.
We'll see.
Well, we'll see what happens. But whatever happens, we will see you guys no later than Thursday for Game Central Junction. So share this out with your friends, get more people in, let them know when we're going to be live. They could entertain themselves by watching us live. They don't have to watch the VOD. But if you really like the show, you can always give a donation to streamlabs.com/vomitorium live. Really helps us out. I'll just say take it easy.
Yeah. See ya. Thanks for watching or listening.